The concert was held in Sydney, Australia, in 2007, and it buzzed with excitement. Fans filled the arena, their faces lit up with anticipation as they waited for the legendary Elton John to take the stage. The air was electric, filled with laughter and chatter as people shared stories and sang along to past hits. The venue was adorned with colorful lights that danced across the walls, creating a magical atmosphere. Everywhere you looked, concertgoers wore shirts emblazoned with Elton's iconic symbols and colors, ready to celebrate their musical hero. The smell of popcorn and cotton candy wafted through the crowd, adding to the festive feel of the night. As the lights dimmed and the opening notes of the concert rang out, a wave of cheers erupted from the audience. Fans stood shoulder to shoulder, united by their love for music and excitement for what was about to unfold. The sound of laughter mixed with melodies as everyone eagerly awaited Elton's entrance. On stage, Elton John appeared like a superstar, wearing one of his famous flamboyant outfits that sparkled under the spotlight. He greeted the crowd with a warm smile and began playing some of his greatest hits. Each song sent waves of joy through the audience, who waved their hands and sang along in unison. In this vibrant atmosphere of love and enthusiasm, little did anyone know that a heartwarming moment was just around the corner. Nestled among the cheering fans was 10-year-old Max Jenkins, whose infectious spirit would soon capture the attention of not only his fellow concertgoers but also the music icon himself. This night would become unforgettable for everyone there, especially Max, thanks to one spontaneous declaration from a young boy full of admiration. As the concert crowd erupted with excitement, 10-year-old Max Jenkins bounced on the balls of his feet, his heart racing with anticipation. Clad in a bright Elton John t-shirt and armed with a handmade sign that read, "I love you, Elton!" he could hardly contain his energy. Max had been dreaming of this moment for as long as he could remember, listening to Elton's songs on repeat and imagining himself at one of his legendary concerts. Max's love for music ran deep. He spent countless hours practicing on his toy piano, trying to recreate the catchy melodies of Rocket Man and Crocodile Rock. To him, Elton John wasn't just a musician, he was a superstar whose lyrics painted vivid stories of adventure and friendship. The thought of being in the same room as his idol was thrilling beyond words. As he glanced around the arena, taking in the sea of colorful lights and cheerful fans, Max felt a rush of joy. He could see other children his age smiling and waving glow sticks, eagerly waiting to sing along to their favorite songs. The excitement was contagious, and it filled him with a sense of belonging. Max's family had saved up for this special night. They understood how much seeing Elton meant to him. His parents shared in his enthusiasm, knowing how these moments could spark a lifelong love for music and creativity. They exchanged smiles as they watched Max bounce up and down, singing snippets of songs under his breath, ready to cheer for every note. With every passing minute, his anticipation grew stronger. Little did he know that soon he would be part of a memorable moment, when he would boldly shout out his feelings for Elton John, forever marking this night as one that changed everything for him. As the concert continued, the energy in the arena reached a fever pitch. Fans roared with joy, singing along to each song, but in that moment, all Max could think about was how much he loved Elton John. Driven by a mix of bravery and excitement, Max's heart raced as he made a bold decision. In an instant, he stood up on his chair, feeling like he was on top of the world. The crowd around him gasped for a moment, and then erupted into laughter and cheers as they noticed what Max was doing. There he was, a small boy on a big chair, leaning forward and waving his arms as if to share his overflowing enthusiasm with everyone around him. The colorful lights shone down on him, making him feel like he was in his own spotlight. With all the courage he could muster, Max shouted at the top of his lungs, "I love you, Elton!" His voice rang out over the music, cutting through the lively atmosphere. The words hung in the air for just a heartbeat before a ripple of laughter ran through the audience. Fans turned their heads to see who had spoken so boldly. Then something magical happened. On stage, Elton John paused mid-song. He looked right at Max with a broad grin spreading across his face. Instead of brushing it off or moving on with the performance, he responded with equal enthusiasm. I love you too, mate! The crowd gasped again and then erupted into even louder cheers and applause. Max felt like he was floating as excitement surged through him. This unexpected exchange had turned him from just another fan into part of something special, an unforgettable moment that would echo in his heart long after the last note had faded away. As Max's shout echoed through the arena, the initial reaction from the crowd was a surprised burst of laughter. People exchanged glances, some shaking their heads in delight, while others pointed at the small boy boldly proclaiming his love for the superstar. It was a moment of pure, unfiltered joy that seemed to uplift everyone present. The laughter was not mocking, it was joyful, a celebration of Max's unrestrained enthusiasm that resonated deeply with the spirit of the concert. As the crowd settled back into a rhythm, they quickly transitioned from laughter to supportive cheers and applause. Fans around Max began clapping their hands and calling out words of encouragement, recognizing the brave act of a young boy who wasn't afraid to express his feelings. The atmosphere in the arena transformed into a sea of positivity, as others joined in on the excitement, echoing Max's sentiment and showing their appreciation for his courageous shout. Elton John, standing on stage, basked in this warmth from the audience. The laughter and applause served as a reminder that music brings people together, and that moments like these create shared experiences that are cherished forever. Max, still on his chair, felt his heart soar as he became the focal point of this supportive environment, surrounded by fans who celebrated joy and creativity just like he did. The audience's reaction turned what could have been an awkward moment into a joyous one, reinforcing the idea that music and concerts are not just about the performers on stage, but also about the connections made within the crowd. It was a beautiful testament to community and shared passion, an experience that would leave an indelible mark on Max and everyone who witnessed it. In that enchanting moment, as Max's voice rang out across the arena, all eyes turned to Elton John. The superstar paused mid-performance, instantly capturing the crowd's attention. A broad grin erupted on his face, lighting up the stage like a burst of fireworks. His warm smile was infectious, radiating joy and warmth that drew everyone in, making them feel connected to this remarkable exchange. Elton's eyes sparkled with delight as he responded to Max's heartfelt declaration. "I love you too, mate!" he shouted back with genuine enthusiasm, his voice echoing through the arena. It was a simple yet profound acknowledgement that made Max feel seen and cherished in front of thousands. The crowd erupted into renewed cheers and applause, celebrating this unexpected interaction between a young fan and a musical legend. The way Elton engaged with Max spoke volumes about his character. Rather than brushing off the shout or continuing with the show as if nothing had happened, he took a moment to connect personally with this brave young boy. This spontaneous exchange highlighted Elton's charm, his ability to make fans feel special and valued. He understood that these moments could create lasting memories not just for Max but for everyone in attendance. As Elton moved back to his piano and prepared to perform Bennie and the Jets, the atmosphere in the venue shifted once more. The excitement was palpable. Fans were eager to witness the dedication of the song to Max. With one look from Elton and an enthusiastic call-out directed at him, Max felt like he was floating on air, his heart swelling with pride. In that magical moment on stage, surrounded by cheers and love from both Elton and the audience, Max knew that this night would forever hold a special place in his heart, a memory etched in time thanks to a musician who truly cared about connecting with his fans. As the crowd settled into a joyful buzz after Elton's warm response to Max, the atmosphere was electric with anticipation. Fans waved their hands and chanted for the next song, but everyone knew that this moment was special. Elton turned back to his piano, a playful gleam in his eye, and announced, "Now, this one goes out to a very special fan tonight." With that, he began the familiar introduction to Bennie and the Jets. The arena erupted in cheers, but Max's heart raced even faster. As the opening notes filled the air, he felt as if he were floating. This wasn't just another performance. It was a once-in-a-lifetime moment dedicated solely to him. Elton's fingers danced across the keys, and the lively beat reverberated throughout the venue. Fans sang along, their voices blending into a harmonious chorus that surrounded Max like a warm hug. The energy in the arena was palpable. It felt as if everyone, from front row to the back, was united in celebrating not only Elton John's music but also the special bond formed with young Max. Max couldn't believe that this iconic song, one he had listened to countless times at home, was being performed just for him. The lights twinkled in time with the beat, creating an enchanting atmosphere that made everything feel even more magical. He waved at Elton, his heart beaming with pride and joy. This dedication was more than just a song. It symbolized acceptance and love from someone Max admired deeply. The audience joined in with even greater enthusiasm, making it clear that they understood the significance of this moment for Max. It became a memory etched in time, not only for him but for everyone present, reminding them of the beautiful connection between an artist and his fans, and how one heartfelt shout could spark such joy and camaraderie in a shared experience. As the familiar opening chords of Bennie and the Jets rang out, the crowd erupted into a wave of excitement. The atmosphere was electric, with fans cheering and clapping along to the beat. Max, still on his chair, felt as though he was in a dream, his heart pounding with joy as he joined in the chorus of voices around him. Elton John, with his signature flair, delivered the iconic lyrics with energy and charisma. He moved gracefully across the stage, engaging with the audience as he sang about the glamorous character of Bennie. The lights flashed in vibrant colors, creating a dazzling display that danced in rhythm with the music. Fans waved their arms and sang along, their enthusiasm infectious. Max found himself surrounded by people who sang at the top of their lungs, creating a harmonious chorus that filled the entire arena. He looked around in awe at the sea of smiling faces, each person sharing in this magical moment. It felt like a big family gathering where everyone was united by love for music and admiration for Elton John. As Elton reached the catchy chorus, he encouraged everyone to sing louder. "Come on, Sydney! Let me hear you!" he called out. The crowd responded with unbridled enthusiasm, their voices rising in harmony. Max joined in, shouting the words with all his might, feeling a sense of belonging like never before. In that moment, it was clear that this performance was not just about Elton John, it was about connection and celebration. Every note seemed to resonate with joy and love, making it a night to remember. Max could hardly contain his excitement as he sang along, knowing that this was a special moment that he would cherish forever. The performance of Bennie and the Jets transformed into a powerful unifying experience, binding fans together in shared happiness that would echo long after the last note had faded away. As the performance of Bennie and the Jets came to an end, audience members buzzed with excitement and joy, reflecting on the unique interaction they had just witnessed between Elton John and young Max Jenkins. Many fans turned to each other, sharing smiles and animated conversations about how special the moment was. "I can't believe Elton stopped the show for him!" exclaimed a woman in a bright sequined top, her eyes sparkling with delight. "That's something you don't see every day. Max will remember this for the rest of his life." Nearby, a group of friends nodded in agreement, their faces lit up by the afterglow of the performance. "It made me feel like a kid again," one of them said. "Seeing that little boy shout his love, it takes a lot of courage." And Elton's response was just perfect. Others shared stories about their own experiences at concerts, reminiscing about special moments they had with artists who had touched their hearts. The connection between performer and fan was palpable that night, and it sparked conversations about music's power to create lasting memories. There were even a few parents who mentioned how they hoped Max would inspire other kids to express themselves boldly. A mother holding her daughter's hand remarked, "Look at him. He showed us all that it's okay to let your feelings out. We should all be more like Max." As people began to leave the arena, they carried with them not just the memory of an incredible concert but also a lesson in bravery and connection. The joy from witnessing Elton John's heartfelt interaction with Max lingered in the air, reinforcing that music has a way of breaking down barriers and bringing people together in meaningful ways. It was more than just a concert, it had become an unforgettable celebration of love for both music and community. As the concert came to an end and the final notes of Bennie and the Jets faded away, Max Jenkins felt a whirlwind of emotions swirling inside him. He had just shared a unique moment with Elton John, his idol, who not only acknowledged him but dedicated a song specifically to him. The experience left him starry-eyed and overwhelmed with joy. Max's heart swelled with pride as he thought about how brave he had been to express his feelings in front of thousands. He felt like he had stepped into a dream, one that he had replayed in his mind countless times while listening to Elton's music at home. Now, it was as if those dreams had come to life, making everything feel more real and powerful. As he left the arena, he couldn't stop smiling. The cheers and applause still echoed in his ears, and he knew this night would be etched in his memory forever. This wasn't just another concert. It was a pivotal moment that deepened his love for music and the magic of live performances. Max could already envision himself at future concerts, his heart racing with excitement and a newfound confidence. He imagined shouting out his feelings again, not just for Elton John but for all the artists who inspired him. This experience sparked a fire within him, encouraging him to pursue his own musical dreams. He began to think about learning an instrument, perhaps even writing his own songs one day. The bond he felt with the crowd that night reinforced his belief in the power of music to connect people. Max realized that sharing genuine emotions could create magical moments and inspire others too. It was a lesson he knew he would carry with him, making every concert and every note he played from then on infused with the spirit of love, courage, and connection. The unforgettable interaction between Max Jenkins and Elton John highlights the broader significance of live performances and their ability to create lasting memories for fans. Moments like these remind us that concerts are more than just a series of songs performed on stage. They are opportunities for artists and fans to connect in meaningful ways. Every cheer, every shout, and every heartfelt expression contributes to an atmosphere filled with love and shared experiences. When a fan like Max courageously expresses their admiration, it can lead to spontaneous moments that resonate deeply with everyone present. Not only do these interactions uplift individual spirits, but they also foster a sense of community among attendees. In that arena, strangers become friends, united by the joy of music and the unique feelings that arise during a live show. Such moments can inspire people in unexpected ways. For Max, being recognized by his idol ignited a passion for music and self-expression that he might carry with him for years to come. It serves as a reminder that artists have the power to influence lives beyond their melodies, encouraging fans to pursue their dreams and embrace their emotions openly. Moreover, these memories often become cherished stories that fans share long after the concert ends. They hold the power to inspire others who learn about them, showing how one bold declaration can spark courage in countless hearts. In essence, moments like Max's at Elton John's concert go far beyond entertainment. They embody the essence of what it means to be human. They reflect our desires for connection, understanding, and celebration. As music continues to bring people together, these experiences will remain etched in the minds of those fortunate enough to witness them, reminding us all of the magic that live performances can ignite in our lives.